And we are live. Welcome to the channel. It's a Noble Credit Podcast. Today we're talking about the best premium credit cards on the market currently in 2023. Uh, it's getting to be the end of 2023, so we might as well start talking about 2024 coming up real soon, but it's still 2023. So, what credit cards are best for 2023? Uh, let's first talk about, the main ones, the ones that everyone know about, and then we'll get to some of the more niche ones. And if you are in the chat right now, I think we got 4 people, 5 people. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Let's first talk about the American Express Platinum card. I have my notes here. I have plenty of videos on the channel about pretty much all of these cards. The only one that I won't have any videos on is going to be the Capital One Venture X card. That's just because that's like the only premium credit card that I don't have. But every other one, I will have a video on. If I don't have a specific video dedicated to it, which I should, I have a video where, in a what's in my wallet, I unbox it, or in uh in another video, I just talk about it. But let's talk about the American Express Platinum card. So this card is a lot of people's introduction into the premium rewards game, the premium travel credit card game, because it's a nice, sexy metal credit card. It looks good. It feels good in your hand. You feel like a big shot when you use it out and about. But uh, it has a lot of benefits as well, but also some use cases that you probably shouldn't use it, such as you shouldn't use it as an everyday credit card. It should not be earning all or most of your points. But the American Express Platinum card is great for those travel benefits. Um, it's a $695 annual fee card, so it's probably the most expensive premium credit card that's not like the American Express Black Card, but it comes with a plethora of different benefits that make it almost worth your while. Uh, I personally have a number of platinum cards. That's because as an active duty service member in the military, I get the American Express Platinum Card's annual fee waived. I don't have to jump through any hoops to do it. Basically, once I apply for the credit card, the system checks the DoD's database, and then that shows that that I'm active duty. So they give me that benefit off rip. It's called the Military Lending Act. It's a law. So credit card companies don't have to waive your annual fee, but depending on the issuer, their interpretation of that law, they will decide to waive the annual fee, probably because they see the annual fee as unnecessary interest, and credit card companies are legally not allowed to charge you. I think it's more than 6% interest on these types of debts. So they have a funny way of interpreting the law. They just interpret it better for us as active duty service members. American Express does, and then like some other issuers like Barclays, they don't. So they don't interpret it that way. So like one of the Barclays, I want to say like the Aviator card that has like an annual fee with it. They're not going to waive it for military, or the Capital One Venture X. It's not going to be waived for military, even though it's a perfectly nice card, especially for someone who doesn't really want to pay an annual fee. Pretty much the benefits for the Venture X offset the annual fee almost immediately. They basically pay you to have a card. But back to talking about the American Express Platinum card. So it's going to come with a number of benefits, such as the $15 Uber credit. Um, it's going to come with, excuse me, it's going to come with, um, you can use the American Express travel portal, which is really nice. But it's not better than the next card that I'm going to talk about on this list, which is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. But the platinum card is going to come with a bonus. So when you spend $8,000 within the first 6 months of having a card, you're going to get 80,000 membership reward points from that. and valuations for membership reward points are generally 2 cents per point. But uh, for me, it's hard for me to get 2 cents per point from American Express membership reward points. I would have to do something really complicated, I think. So I mostly don't get 2 cents per point, but some people can. It depends on what you do. I will tell you the best points currency is definitely Chase Ultimate Reward Points with the next card that I talk about. But actually, that sign up welcome bonus right now offer for the American Express Platinum card is 125,000 membership reward points when you spend $8,000 on purchases within the first 6 months. So they have an elevated welcome offer. You get the $15 Uber credit per month, which is a $200 credit per year. Because in the month of December, they give you a bonus of $20. So so next month, that's $35 in the month of December. And then you get the $240 entertainment credit, which can be used on like the Disney bundle or Hulu Plus, Peacock, Sirius XM, those types of things. And then you get a $200 hotel credit. This is going to be used for the hotels collection, kind of not the hotels collection, the fine resorts and hotels and or the hotel collection. And then you get the $200 airline fee credit, which I use every year, but I personally liquidate it, and I have videos on that. So put a comment in the comment section if you want to hear about how I do that. Yeah, American Express Platinum card. I have plenty of them, plenty of videos. So if you're interested in that card, go ahead and check out some of the videos on the channel. I'll move on to the next card for as far as best premium credit cards on the market. And I got to talk about, like I said before, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve is probably my favorite, the number one card that I usually recommend because it gets you started off on the right foot, especially when dealing with the Chase 524 rule. Uh, the reason why I recommend the Chase Sapphire Reserve first is because the Chase 524 rule, it stops you from being able to get Chase cards if you've opened too many cards within a 24-month period, which is 5. So I would rather you start off getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve and then get as many of the Chase cards as you want, and then move on to American Express, uh, who has less strict entry requirements to get in their credit cards. So, for instance, after you get an American Express Platinum card, they stop doing, or an American Express card, they stop doing a hard pull on your credit, which is great because I have many American Express cards and I only have one hard pull from American Express. I have the maximum actually amount of credit cards from American Express that you can have. So I recommend the Chase Sapphire Reserve usually first so that you don't get uh, so that you can get as many Chase cards as you want. Because in the beginning, you might see a card and think that you won't get any more, but you never know. Your research might put you in the travel rewards game. And now uh, you're thinking about getting more cards, but I wouldn't want you to come to that realization and then not be able to get the United Club Visa Infinite credit card. I wouldn't want you to come to that realization without getting the, without being able to get the Chase IHG card or the Hyatt credit card. So Chase Sapphire Reserve, $550 annual fee comes with a bonus of 60,000 points when you spend 4,000 within the first 3 months. There's no elevated sign up offer as of right now, but that 60,000 points is worth about $900 toward travel, which is that's pretty good. Funny thing, the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Reserve have the same sign up bonus right now. Both spend 4,000 within 3 months. I think that you should go for the Chase Sapphire Reserve because it's a better credit card. But as far as getting the most out of the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the most out of your annual fee, that Chase FI preferred, it's kind of hard to beat. But the Chase FI Reserve is going to win on what the points are worth. So the points are worth more using the Chase FI Reserve because within the Chase Travel Portal, those points are going to be worth 1.5 cents per point. So if a flight costs 60,000 points or 600 bucks, they're going to give it to. So for instance, if you have a flight and it's going to cost $900 for two people, let's say it's a round trip, you're only going to pay 60,000 points for that flight. That saves you a ton of money. And even at higher costs, let's say, your round trip vacation is going to be costing you around 2,000 bucks. All right. Or let me be easier with my math. 2,100 bucks. Then uh, it's only going to cost you uh, 150,000 points. I think I did that math right. No, I'm not sure. Someone correct me in the comment section. Um, yeah. Oh, if you're in the chat, like button, uh, I'm letting you guys know what the best premium rewards credit cards are right now. Also, if you're active duty military, this works especially for you because these credit cards usually waive the annual fee. Not usually, they do. They waive the annual fee for active duty military, except for the Capital One Venture X. Um, Actually, funny story about the Capital One card. I used to have the Venture, which the Venture X didn't exist back then. This was around 2018. And I tried to get the $95 annual fee on the Venture waived, but they didn't waive it. They would waive it under the Service Member Civil Relief Act, but that's that only goes into effect if you've had the account before your active duty service date, which I did not at the time. But back to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Um, you get the $300 travel credit every year on your account anniversary. I take full advantage of that. Actually, I have 3 Chase FI reserves. If anyone was asking, you get 3x on dining. You get 3x on travel purchases. Your points are worth 50% more. Uh, yeah, you get TSA pre-check, um, global entry credit. So basically, you should get global entry because it comes with TSA pre-check, uh, which I actually just got this year. I was a little late to it, but I will be using that soon for some going overseas travel, and then kind of within the continent because I have a flight to Canada and we'll be coming back here. So global entry works for that as well. Last time I went through Canada, I wish that I had had global entry. So it's a pretty nice benefit. And then you get 10x on Lyft. You get a lot of small categories that I don't really count when I'm thinking about is the annual fee worth it? Like 10x on Peloton purchases. Like who's really gonna you only care about that if you use Peloton purchases or if you use Peloton products. I am focused on the general populace. So none of the niche stuff is really anything that I care about. Even like the DoorDash Dash Pass subscription, which that gives you like $5 per month credit, and then it can carry over for 3 months. So right now I'm sitting on $15 because if I don't use it now in November, I just can't use it. Like it doesn't stay at $15 in December. It goes down to zero. So I have to use it. So that's one of the benefits that I don't really enjoy, but it's fine. If you like DoorDash, it gives you an extra $5 every month. Um, yeah, and then you can transfer your points to some loyalty programs. But overall, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, one of my first premium credit cards. My first was the American Express Platinum card, but the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I've had it for over 5 years. I recommend it. Get yourself a Chase Sapphire Reserve. And if you don't like the annual fee, get yourself a Chase Sapphire Preferred. And if you're active duty military, you should get the Chase Sapphire Reserve because you don't have to pay the annual fee. All right, so let's move on to the next best premium credit cards on the market. Let's talk about the Delta Reserve credit card. Reason sometimes the Delta Reserve is kind of an unsung card just because it's a $550 annual fee card, but it doesn't offer you nearly as much benefit as, say, a $300 travel credit for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The same annual fee, but one gives you a $300 travel credit, the other does not. So it's like, what benefit does the Delta Reserve give you? I have one Delta Reserve, and the Delta Reserve gives you the main thing is the companion pass, the ability to go into the Centurion Lounge. I already have that with the American Express Platinum card, so I could put value on it, but I don't want to because I already have it. And yeah, so you get first check bag free, and then you also get 15% off your award travel bookings. This is a decent benefit. So I can see the annual fee. I wouldn't say being worth it with the 15% off, but it starts it starts to put a dent in the annual fee when you think about 15% off, let's say a $2,000 um, round trip. So uh, I don't know exactly how much that is off the top of my head, but that's a considerable amount of money. Let's say 10% is 200 of 2,000, so 15% is 300. Oh, yep, 300. So yeah, so it takes $300 off. So the Delta Reserve could be worth it for you. So complimentary Delta Sky Club access. So I said Centurion Lounge before. I meant the Delta Sky Club. Uh, and then you get priority boarding. That's pretty nice. It's really about the companion certificate. And then if you want to get medallion status with Delta Airlines, you can. It's not something that I would push for just because the medallion program is so complicated. I actually explain the medallion program in great detail in my Delta Reserve card review from about earlier this year. I want to say it's around 6 months ago. That's actually a really good video that you should check out. But I do. Oh, you do get access to the Centurion Lounge. All right, so you get both Centurion Lounge and access to the Delta Sky Club, which, if you got a family, it saves you quite a bit of money on food in the airport, especially if the lounge isn't too crowded, which it's been a while since I've been in a lounge that wasn't crowded unless I was closing with them. Like, unless the lounge was closing, it's lounges are pretty crowded nowadays. Um, yeah. So yeah, upgrade priority, and then you get global entry or TSA pre-check, which I always say just get global entry. You get a bunch of insurances like trip delay insurance. It's a good card. All right. I just didn't want to do this video without mentioning the Delta Reserve. However, I may be, and this is a maybe, I may be getting rid of my Delta Reserve. It may have overstayed its welcome in my wallet. And the reason being, not because it's not a good card, the Hilton Aspire is just that much better. Different types of cards. All right, both premium rewards credit cards, but like hotel card versus airline card. Hotel cards are pretty much winning that because a lot of hotel cards are keeper cards. What I mean by a keeper card is it's a card that gives you value without you really doing anything with it. So usually the hotel cards, at least the premium ones, are going to give you a free night certificate, which makes the annual fee worth it no matter what. Not no matter what. Obviously, stay in a decently, expensive room. But yeah, the hotel card, the Hilton Aspire, it just trumps the Delta Reserve card so much that I might be getting rid of it because I've had the Delta Reserve for years. And the amount of value that I get from Hilton Aspires, I have a number of Hilton Aspires, by the way, but you are limited to 5 American Express credit cards, not charge cards, credit cards, and the Delta Reserve is taking up one of those spots. So that's a coveted spot that is taken up, and it might need to be replaced with a Hilton Aspire. But that moves us on to the Hilton Aspire. Why is the Hilton Aspire so great? Why is this regarded by a lot as the best premium rewards travel credit card? I'll tell you why. Because the Hilton Aspire comes with the highest status that you can get from a credit card hotel program. So it comes with diamond status. The diamond status is the highest status you can get with a hotel, and you get that just by having a credit card. Usually, with high status within a hotel chain, you have to stay a number of nights. Nope, you don't. You just get a credit card and you get diamond status. Crazy. Even the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant credit card doesn't do that. And that card had a higher annual fee for a long time. So the Hilton Aspire, it's a $550 annual fee card. The annual fee was bumped up from 450 not too long ago, maybe like a month ago. It was bumped up to 550. Made sense. The card just gives so much value, it just made sense. They're working with a 180,000 Hilton Honors bonus points after you spend $6,000 on purchases within the first 6 months of having the card. I like that sign up bonus. It's pretty good. Um, the card's going to come with the new $400 Hilton Resort credit. So $200, they're going to give you $200 to use on Hilton resorts between January and June, and then another $200 between July and December. So, um, so that's where you get the $400 from. Um, when I say Hilton resorts, that doesn't mean, oh, it has to have resort in the name. That's not exactly the case. When you get a Hilton Aspire card, or if you just want to check to see which hotels qualify for the credit, you can actually just go to the website and click on the benefit. Usually, when you get the card, I think you can definitely access it without having the card. But the easy way to access it if you have the card is to go to the benefit and then click on the link that it gives you to the hotels, and then you can actually search all around the globe for which hotels. Um, I'm not going to say qualify for the benefit. No, yeah, which hotels qualify for the benefit, and then you could base your travel around which hotels are under that $200 threshold. So you don't have to pay any out of pocket. So a lot of the hotels are going to cost much more than $200. It's just, the $200 kind of is going to subsidize the hotel for you a little bit, but you can find some decent deals. Like I was looking at a hotel in Belize, and I think that one, on the beach, it was under 200. I have three Hilton Aspire cards. You know, I, actually, I have three, and then my player two has three. So we're working with a pretty decent size $400 Hilton Resort credit. So Belize, I saw something in Colombia. It wasn't in Bogota. It wasn't in Medellin, but it was on the beach. Um, and yeah, you can use the map tool to be able to look and find the best places to stay that are under that $200 threshold. I even have an area, a Hilton around me that qualifies for that Hilton Resort credit, and it doesn't even look like it's a Hilton Resort. It's just a normal hotel, but I will be using that credit on that hotel when I go to the slopes soon. If you want to see uh, some videos from the slopes we were just at in Vermont, they just opened some snowboarding videos. You can check my Instagram. It's at Ty600, Ty6HUNNID. All right, and then you get a free night reward. That free night reward, uh, I would optimal strategy would be for you to use it at the best Hilton properties, right? So like aspirational trips. I remember when I used to go to Vegas, I used to stay at the Conrad, or excuse me, not the Conrad, uh, I'm forgetting the name of the hotel, the Waldorf Astoria. Stay at the Waldorf Astoria. Actually, I did stay at the Conrad once. Um, the Waldorf Astoria in Vegas is much better. But even outside of Vegas, because Vegas is pretty cheap hotel wise, um, you can stay in some really nice properties around the world. In fact, that's what we're doing when we go to Salt Lake City. In Park City, that's where one of the best Waldorf Astorias in the world is located. So you get to stay there for free because we have so many Hilton Aspire cards. You see what I'm saying? Uh, a lot of free nights. So, and then you also get that free night certificate within the first year as well as on the anniversary. So it's about 8 weeks after you open the card, you'll get the free night certificate. And then you'll get it on your anniversary. And then you get a $200 flight credit. It's turned into $50 in statement credits each quarter. That's January to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. So uh, if you want a way to liquidate that, you got to check out my United Travel Hack videos. I have a number of those, and I have a number of community posts whenever I get new data points for that. And then it comes also with a $189 Clear Plus credit, which I personally use. I have TSA PreCheck, I got Clear. Basically, whoever has the shorter line for me. And then you get a $100 Hilton on property credit. This is okay. It's not amazing. It's okay because it requires you to stay at the Waldorf Astoria or the Conrad. But yeah, the Hilton Spire is a great credit card. I still haven't gotten my new one because they changed the design. So I still haven't gotten my new one. I'm hoping it's metal. It looks metal. It looks like the same material that's on like the Bonvoy Brilliant or the old Bonvoy Brilliant, but we shall see. But that will bring us to our next best credit card. Let me take a look at the chat real quick. Babo goes, yo, what up, Noble? Hey, what up? What up, man? Jesus, Noble. What's up, man? Jesus says he just came back from the Crockfords. It's really nice. Resorts World. Yeah, I've been to Resorts World. I like Resorts World was okay. Did you gamble? Let me know. I actually did gamble one time in Resorts World. I did pretty well in the crap table that day. Uh, yeah, I liked it. I remember I called my brother because my brother he was in Vegas too at the time, but he was over MGM. And I was like, bro, this craps table, I'm doing pretty well at it. I don't really gamble, guys, but and I don't recommend that you gamble. It's bad for your finances. But sometimes if you go to Vegas and you have a little bit of fun, play craps. But I called my brother, and my brother he didn't want to make that hike because if you know anything about the Vegas Strip, it's a hike. It's like you probably should take an Uber to get all the way down to Crockford's to the Conrad. Um, so Jesus said, no gambling. The resort's credit works for anything charged to the room. Every restaurant, retail, even a salon, great data point. Yeah, the resort's credit is great. And I'm glad you put that. Dirk Little goes, hey, man, might have a data point because my wife, who is also active Army, got the Venture X, and I believe it was waived, but I will double check. All right, Dirk Little, let me tell you something. You can't say stuff like that because you're going to get me too excited. Because if the Venture X is waiving the annual fee for us, I'm getting a Venture X. It's done. But make sure, Babo says, please let us know. Because if that's the case, we got some Venture X's to get. If my information is correct, the you Capital One is only going to waive the annual fee if you've had the card or had a Capital One account prior to active duty service. So yeah, Dirk, you gotta check on that because we will be getting Venture X's around here. Jesus says he's about to apply for the Venture X right now. Uh, Gabe says First I've heard of that about. Oh yeah, Gabe says that's the first heard from him. Yeah, Dirk, you gotta be correct with that type of stuff. He said, "Dude, don't speak this nonsense in the chat." Edwin says, "You get the free night reward from the Aspire weeks after getting it." Yes, you get the free night reward weeks after getting it, and then you get it on the anniversary as well. Um, I know because I just got another. Was that me? No, my player two just got another Aspire. I think it was me too. Yeah, yeah, because I had canceled my Blue Business Plus and then I got the Hilton Aspire. So, and I just got another free note certificate with that. And I know it was with that one and not with the other ones because I'm tracking like the anniversary dates. So, and she's gotten free night certificate. This is her would be her first year of having Hilton Aspire cards, and she hasn't reached an anniversary yet. So she has two, one in the chamber. So she has two free night certificates, one in the chamber. Should be coming very soon if it's not already here. Mike Coe goes, so who else has secrets in here they have yet to share? Babo goes, nah, I'm J just playing. Okay. Gabe says, how do you get Citi to waive the annual fee, comma, do you have to have a slight balance on there the month that it's supposed to hit? They try to charge me on my Citi Premier. Dirk says, don't pull the trigger yet. So Gabe, you do have to have a balance on it. It's just the way it is. If you end up not having a balance like I did when I got the City Premier years ago, it it's done for you. Like you can't go back. Like I couldn't go back. I just had to take that L, and I downgraded it the year later to like the City custom cash. But yeah, there's no going back. Sorry. And if someone in the comment section knows of a way that maybe after that first year, maybe you take the L, eat the $95 annual fee, once they charge it to you again, maybe they'll waive it, but I don't think so. I think it's you get one shot, and if you don't have a balance on, excuse me, if you don't have a balance on that one shot, that's it. Um, so plus, I'm not even, I'm not really interested in the City Premier. The City Premier is not that great. It's a good card, but with all the other credit cards that you have to get as an active duty service member, if you're interested in like churning these credit cards, I wouldn't worry about the City Premier too much because like you could probably get multiple Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit cards, and it would be way better for you, way more worth your time. Babo goes, are there any other credit cards that need a balance to continue to get it waived? I've heard of this about Bank of America, but I'm not sure. Negative. It's just Citi. All right, let's continue on to the best premium rewards credit cards. So I already talked about the American Express Platinum card. I talked about the Chase Sapphire Reserve. We talked about the Delta Reserve. We talked about the Hilton Aspire. Now we are on to the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite credit card. One of my newest credit cards, $550 annual fee card, comes with a pretty decent travel credit. Excuse me. Comes with a pretty decent travel credit. I have it. I got the sign up bonus, which is spend what was it? Spend 5,000 within the first 3 months, and then you get 75,000 bonus points. And those points, when used on travel, can be worth 50% more. Make sure I'm right on that. I am right on that. Yeah, be worth 50% more, and you get a $300 annual airline incidental statement credit, which I have proven works with my United Travel Hack. So if you're here for some secrets and you don't know about that, I think one of the community posts talks about it. I have the community post that talks about the annual fee waiver for active duty military, and then I believe I have the community post that talks about the $300 airline incidental credit being used and how I was able to liquidate that. I still haven't really done too much with the $150 annual lifestyle credit. So if we're looking at the credits, now we're up to 450 because you should easily be able to do something with the $150 lifestyle credit, which includes video streaming services, food delivery, fitness subscriptions, and ride share services. And then there's a $100 global entry credit. That's $550 total right there. On top of that, you get the 75,000 point sign up bonus offer, which can be very lucrative when used on travel. So yeah, I like the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite, and we were just learning this year that that card waived the annual fee, thanks to Jesus. Uh, but I did make sure to document over the summer when that annual fee waiver did come. Came 30 days. All right, you got to listen real closely. If you don't have it and you're thinking about getting a card, and you're thinking about getting an annual fee waived, sorry if you're a civilian right now. If you're thinking about getting an annual fee waived, you're gonna have to. I'm not gonna say you got to eat the annual fee, but you're gonna have to let it ride for 30 days. From the time that you apply, around 30 days. From the time that you apply to the time that your first statement is due, that's around 30 days. That's when they're gonna waive your annual fee. So no sooner that first statement date after you apply, that's when you get the annual fee waived. It's a waiting game. So you're going to see the $550 annual fee in your account for a while. Obviously, you should be spending money, but don't pay the $550 annual fee. All right. Even if you did pay it, they would just, you would just get it credited back. But yeah, so that will be the next card. It's a pretty plain card. I think I did the unboxing video for it. It's a plain black card, but it's nice. It's fairly nice. Let me turn these notifications off. It's a pretty nice card. All right, let's move on to. I talked way less about the Bank of America Premium Rewards Elite card than I did the other cards, but uh, there's not much else to say. Yes, there are some benefits about it that if you're like a Bank of America preferred member, you get some extra added benefits, like as far as earning points, but that's more niche and less general. I'm trying to talk to people generally. So let's talk about the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve Visa Infinite credit card, which I do have. It was one of my most coveted credit cards because it took me a long time to be able to get it. I had a video years ago where I did like this skit. I had like a wig on. Don't clip that. You can clip it, whatever. Um, but no, I was like, because it was so hard to get the US Bank Altitude Reserve, and US Bank is especially stingy with credit card applications and getting certain cards. Like the rules to get the Altitude Reserve, you had to have a relationship with the bank. You had you had like a had to have a previously existing relationship. The only reason I got the Altitude Reserve when I got it is because I had applied for a business credit card prior to applying for the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve. I applied for the Triple Cash business credit card by U.S. Bank, and then probably a few days later, maybe within that month, then I applied for the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve. But yeah, the Altitude Reserve is a what's the annual fee? It is a $550 annual fee credit card, and it comes with a $325 travel credit. I like that travel credit during the COVID era. You could use that travel credit on dining purchases, so like eating out. But now, uh, actually, no, you still can use it on takeout and restaurant delivery purchases. So they never changed that. However, I recommend you don't do that because if you apply that $325, let's think about it this way. Apply it might not make a difference either way, but think about it this way. Let's say you're going out of town. I'll use myself for an example, and you're going to the slopes. You're going to snowboard. You can either pay little to nothing for your hotel room for 3 nights or 2 nights, or you can use your $325 uh, for dining out, over the course of a couple months, and maybe you would get your money's worth. Then I think it would be better to just use that $325 on actual travel purchases, but that's just me. Um, but yeah, that's this $325 travel credit. This is the most that we've talked about so far. Remember, we've talked about $300 travel credit with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. We talked about $300 um, travel credit with what card was it? Was there? We talked about a $400 travel credit, but that was for that split for the Hilton Aspire. That split, you know, semi-annually. Uh, so yeah, $325. That's the most thus far. It comes with some other benefits, but they're not really worth discussing in detail because the main benefits I've talked about. 5x on prepaid hotels and rental cars, booked directly through the Altitude Rewards Center, and then 3x on Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. Uh, what happened to LG Pay? They got rid of LG Pay. I don't think anyone's using LG Pay anymore. Pretty sure they got rid of it. Uh, yeah, and then you get the 50,000 bonus points, worth around $750 on travel when you spend 4,500 within the first 90 days of account opening. It's not a $550 annual fee card; it's a $400 annual fee card, and the points never expire. I actually still have the points from my Altitude Reserve from when I got the sign up bonus last year, so in 2022. So I still have some points on the shelf. I like to keep points on the shelf with the different credit cards, uh, but that's just me. Let me return to the comments just to see if anything's been going on. You guys been see what you guys been talking about before I continue this list. Okay, Jesus answered someone's question. Oh, Jesus started talking about the military star card, 10% off every purchase from the food court. If you if you get the chance to dine at a food court on a military base, the military star card, that would be something that's worth it then. But if you don't really eat on base, then I wouldn't recommend getting a military star card. I don't have a military star card anymore, mainly because I don't eat at food courts on base really. Uh, Rarely do I do so. So, plus, I prefer to earn Chase Ultimate Reward points anyway, or whatever points currency is going to give me the most out of that purchase, which is usually Chase Ultimate Reward points. Babel says everybody loves the military star card. Babel says military star card is a must. Jesus also gives you free shipping. Navy Exchange website. Didn't know that. If you didn't know, Jesus, we can use all the exchanges and they all match each other because they don't have the same prices. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, Jesus said he just price matched today. Nice. Babel said it's a waiting game, but I can vouch that I waited the full 31 days to see the Bank of America fee. Uh, okay, so we got some price match talk in the chat. That's really good to know. So I'll read this. It says AAFES Army slash Air Force and the NEX slash MCX Navy and Marine Corps price match each other. So I've leveraged each other. I'm I'm guessing you meant you leverage each of them to get really low prices aside from Amazon, Walmart. Just a quick tip: create accounts for both. Okay. Baybo says, "Yep, same. I compare all of them with the big stores. You're forgetting about the Coast Guard exchange, which I have found cheaper prices than the other exchanges. Shop GCX is the Coast Guard exchange. Okay, a lot of exchange talk. Yeah, I've been sleeping on the Star Card. Man, I canceled that years ago. Dirk Little said if the Star Card had a free night certificate, he would keep it. Yeah, I got so many. Anyways, back to uh wait, Babo goes, Noble, as far as your three CSRs, do you have a Freedom Unlimited in your stack on top of the Bonvoy and the United Quest? I do not. For to get the 1.5% back, I use a uh Chase Business Inc. Unlimited. All right, let's get back to this list. Altitude Reserve. Okay. Next on the list will be the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. By the way, if you are interested in any of these credit cards or applying for them, and you watch any of my videos to apply to to get information on them, and you're interested in applying through my links, let me know. Sometimes my links they go dead, and I have to re-update them. So the referral links. But anyways, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant American Express card comes with a 95,000 point Marriott sign up bonus when you spend 6,000 within the first 6 months of having the card. You get Platinum Elite status with the Marriott Bonvoy card, which is what I was talking about with the Hilton Aspire card, which comes with Hilton Diamond status. You can actually get Platinum Elite status, which is not the highest status for Marriott. I think that's one level below Titanium Elite for Marriott. And then after that, I think it's like Ambassador. I almost had Ambassador status at one point. But back to the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. Yep. It's a $650 annual fee card. Man, these credit cards, these annual fees, are getting a little outrageous. Luckily, active duty military, you guys get this for free. But it does come with a free night certificate. It's not within the first year like it was with the Hilton Aspire card. You get that in the after the anniversary hits. So take with that as you may. It's still a good benefit. It's just not as good as the Hilton Aspire. I haven't really talked about the point earnings on these credit cards, but we'll go ahead and call this one out because this is one of the highest I've ever seen. 21x Bonvoy points per stay. So you'll earn up to 21 X on your Marriott Bonvoy points for every dollar spent on eligible hotels participating in the Marriott Bonvoy. So that's actually pretty nice. You get a $300 Bonvoy Brilliant Dining Credit, which is $25 per month. We have a number of Bonvoy Brilliant, so we take full advantage of that every month. I think I only have one, but my player two has two. So that's $75 per month. That's over $750 a year. What's that actually though? Ah, too much math to think about. So that free night certificate is an 85,000 point Marriott Bonvoy free night certificate. What you can do is, let's say you wanted to go to New York, because I've done this and I've done this a bunch of times. You look for the hotels that are under that 100,000 point threshold, because you do also have the ability to top your free night certificate off 15,000 points. So you look for under 100,000, and you should probably keep a good 10 to 15,000 points in your account just so that you can top it off. Or yeah, so you can top it off. But yeah, you don't want to miss out on an 87,000 point property just because it's over the 85,000 point. Just use the 85,000 point certificate for that, and then top it off 2,000. 2,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. Easy day. But you can use this to stay at properties like the Ritz-Carlton and the St. Regis. We will be using part of this to stay at a Ritz-Carlton in Colorado. That will be nice. That's one of the nicest Ritz-Carltons in the country. So I'm looking forward to that. And then it also comes with global entry, priority pass select, a lot of good benefits. So yeah, if you're interested in the Bonvoy Brilliant card, I usually have links in the description. You can check the links in the description. Um, but yeah, let's move on to one of the last credit cards on the list. And we're going to go with the United Club Visa Infinite credit card. So I have a love-hate relationship with the Visa Infinite credit card, the United Club, because I have where's my cursor? Because I have the Quest as well. So it goes United Club Visa Infinite credit card, United Quest, United Explorer, and then the no annual fee card. I think it's called the Traveler. The Quest actually comes with a $125 United credit, which is something that the United Visa Club Infinite credit card does not come with. So uh, I'm not saying that the Quest is worth more because you do get that United Club benefit with the club card, which is worth a considerable amount of money, especially if you have a family. Yeah, you want and you fly United a lot. Yeah, you want to have United Club access. And if you're going through places like Newark, you have multiple options because it's a United hub. You have multiple options of United clubs that you could stay at, especially if you're there for an extended period of time. You can hop over to different terminals. It might take you a while to get to a different terminal at Newark, just because it's a big airport. But yeah, you it's a very lucrative benefit. United Club. It saved me a considerable amount of money over the years, but the Quest card technically I would give it a leg up. That's why I have both. That's why I don't have the United Club and then another United Club because there's no reason to. There's no benefit to doing that. All you got to, you should probably, if you do decide to get two United credit cards, you get a Quest and then you get a Club. Simple. Mainly because, like I said, the biggest benefit that you're going to get with the United Club Visa Infinite card is just access to the lounge. You get some free check bags, but uh, for the most part, uh, that's the benefit that is best used for the card. You get a 9,000 bonus point or bonus miles when you spend 5,000 in the first 3 months. It's a pretty steep um, spend requirement, but if you plan on spending 5,000 within the next 3 months, then go for that card. You also get global entry. You get 25% back at statement credits on purchases of food, beverages, and Wi-Fi on board United. And then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. The United Club is a $650 per year value every year. So getting the United Club Visa Infinite card, which is a $525 annual fee card, is like obviously worth it. And then the Quest card, that is a 200 that is a $250 annual fee card. So the $125 travel credit, it takes off half the annual fee. And so after you earn the sign-up bonus, you're pretty much in the green with that card. And then you get 10,000 miles and award flight credits each year. All right, let's move on to the last card that we're going to talk about, and it's not that great of a card, but it's a premium credit card. It's one that I have as well. And we're going to talk about the Citi AA Advantage Executive World Elite Mastercard, which, let me just make sure. Yep, $595 annual fee. I feel like that annual fee has changed in recent memory, but you can earn 70,000 American Airlines A Advantage bonus miles um, when you spend $7,000 within the first 3 months. Okay, what's with all these steep spend requirements? Okay, but this card gets you into Admirals Club. I've used Admirals Club. It's probably the one I've used the least. Like I've used Delta, United. I've used Admirals Club as well. I like having the option of all of these different airline lounges. So I can't tell you, oh, uh, Admirals Club, is it better than United Club? Clubs are just different everywhere you go. Some United clubs are better, some Admirals clubs are better. Some Admirals clubs have less people in them, which is usual. Usually, like the Admirals club is usually going to be uh, less crowded than the United or the Delta club. That's been my experience, at least. Or the Centurion Lounge. But yeah, $595 annual fee. You get this waived. If you're active duty military, just have some spin on the card, and then your account will flag in their system as basically don't charge them an annual fee. That's kind of what the point with the with having a balance does to their system. It's like an automatic thing. It's not really like a manual someone goes in. So uh, it's part of like an algorithm. But then you also get first check bag free on domestic American Airlines itineraries for you and up to 8 companions. So that saves you quite a bit of money. But yeah, the main benefit is global entry and then the Admirals Club access. You get those bonus miles that you earn. That's nice. There was actually a new benefit to this card that he recently added. Where is it? I don't. Oh, they added some multipliers. Okay, so they added like 10 A Advantage miles for every $1 spent on eligible hotels booked through their hotel portal, and then they added 4x on American airline purchases, and then they added 10x on rental cars, and then they added a Avis benefit: earn $1 statement credit per $1 spent on eligible Avis and budget car rental purchases up to $120 per year. Oh, okay, so I get that. Basically, if you spend some money on a rental car with Avis or budget, it's basically like $120 credit. I don't know why they phrase it like that. That's so weird. And then they have a Lyft credit that you can take a look at, and then they give you $10 per month on Grubhub. Yeah, so they added some pretty good benefits to this car. That's why you see the annual fee increase. But yeah, that's the list. Let me take a look at the chat, see what you guys have been talking about. Okay, so Caesar Joel goes, let's go. Great to see you back. Thanks, Caesar. Big Bo goes, okay, so I should get the Ink Unlimited Business then, right? Could you give me some quick advantages to that card? The reason why I would get that is because it doesn't show up on your credit report. You can carry a balance if you feel like within the first year, just because you get that 0% intro APR period. But it just allows you to earn that 1.5x on all your purchases. That's what the Freedom Unlimited gives you. Obviously, the Freedom Unlimited gives you 1.5x and 3x on a number of different categories. But if you just want the catch-all, the Business Ink Unlimited doesn't show up on your credit report, but you can still transfer to earn points from that business card to your Chase Sapphire Reserve. Um, that's pretty much the main reason, because it does you no good to really have a Chase Freedom Unlimited. Think about that. Uh, if you were to get any other business card with an annual fee, you would have to pay it with Chase. So those are kind of out of the question. You're going to get way more value out of having a Chase Sapphire Reserve than a Freedom Unlimited. So you shouldn't have a Freedom Unlimited in your arsenal, because like the 3x on dining is taken care of with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That 1.5x can be taken care of with the Business Income Unlimited. And then any other category that you're trying to get a benefit out of the Freedom Unlimited with, you might have to take that one on the chin and just go, I'm getting more out of having a Chase Sapphire Reserve than having that Freedom Unlimited. So, if I'm missing, a 3x category here or there, it's not really going to hurt you more than not having another Chase Sapphire Reserve would hurt you. That would hurt you, because you're missing a free $300. There's no way, like, even getting 3x back on categories, you probably never get $300 worth of cash back from your 3x categories. So if you think about it that way, it does you no good to have a Freedom Unlimited if you're active duty military. But what does make sense is if you want to earn more than 1x per points on purchases, and you want them to be Chase Sapphire or Chase Ultimate Reward points, have a Ink Unlimited, which would allow you to do that, because you can transfer those points over to the Chase Sapphire Reserves within the same account. You just press a button and the points transfer, and you don't lose a Chase Sapphire Reserve slot taken up by a Freedom Unlimited. That's pretty much what I would think. And then if you want to add another benefit, you could say you're getting a $5 credit for DoorDash that you add to the account. Actually, that only works for one card. So never mind. Never mind on that. It's just a $300 travel credit. All right, Jesus goes, I want that Ritz Carlson card. Yeah, you got to get that Ritz card. Teacher Joel goes, the Ritz has a great priority pass access with free authorized users, but dealing with the credit can be a pain because you have to call. So I did that video where I actually did call to use the credits. So check out that video. I get a lot of comments on that video. People say, I was looking for something like this. People were wondering how to use the credit, especially if you want to use it for the United Travel Hack. Mike Coe goes, how much longer until you get promoted to in due time. We will see. Any more questions, guys? I've been going for an hour. I actually only wanted to do this for about 30 minutes, but thanks to you guys, we went a little bit longer. Any more questions before I close out? Let you guys go. I see we got people still joining. Make sure you hit the like button for me. If you miss this stream, you can watch on the playback in a couple minutes after I end the stream. There won't be any timestamps, but hopefully you enjoy the content. And then I'll get started on making some more videos, some non-live stream videos for you guys. So going once, going twice. All right, we out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.